Hello, welcome back to my grading tutorial series. And now that we are done with the grade range from 9.8 down to 9.2, it's gonna get a lot more difficult in my opinion. I always think that the higher grades are easy because the amount of allowable flaws are so few that you can literally count the flaws and figure out what the grade is or should be. But once you get below 9.2, then you enter in an area where I think there is a lot more leeway to flaws. So this is what I added to my cheat sheet. As you can see here, I wrote here edge wear, but that really can be applied to the cover as well as the spine or corners. Okay, but I break it down into 6 levels. Okay, 6 levels. You have very light, you have light, light to moderate, moderate, moderate to heavy, and heavy. And for this video, I'm just going to show you description of what I consider is in each of these 6 categories, and then hopefully down the road in the next few videos I will come up with a scale that can apply using these 6 levels. Okay, so what is considered very light? Let's look at the first one example. You see this? A lot of time you see this kind of wear on the top edge or right edge or bottom edge, but you can see right here. Okay, it's not a straight edge. To me, this is very light. Okay, so that could be a description, what I call very light. You see some imperfection, some wear, some ding, but there's no tears there. Even if there's like a tiny little tears, it's not bad, but this would fall in the category of very light wear. Okay, let's go on to the next example. Here we go again. You see top edge of this book right there. This is from the result of the previous owner keeping these books not in bags and board, and when you reach in and grab the books enough time, that's what happened when your finger brush against the edge of the book and cause that loss of color. So right there is also considered light wear. Okay, so there you go. And then the same can be applied to spine when you talk about light wear. When I talk about light wear or very light wear on the spine, you look at something that have anywhere from 1 to 6 flaws. For example, this one, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be in the light range. Okay, so let's recap real quick in case I misspoke. The first 2 examples I show is I consider very light. Okay, very light. And here we entering into something that I would call light, anywhere from 6 to 8 spine ticks. If this have 1 or 2 spine tick, then it would fall into the category of very light. But once you cross 3 or 4, then you start to talk about just light, not very light. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's take a look at this edge. This one here, you see somewhere, and then also a slight 1.5 crease there. Now we are entering into the mode of light to moderate level. Okay, so that is level 3. Okay, so as you can see, this is what I would consider light to moderate wear on the edge. And let's look at another example of that I'm just looking at the spine, let's take a look at this one here. You can count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you're looking at about 10 or so spine ticks there. So that would fall into the category of light to moderate wear. Okay, this one is a tough one because, as you can see, there are a bunch of wear here that would be just in the very light wear, but then you have this right here, this little bundle indentation. I'm pretty sure this book was the first book on top of a bundle, and then you have the plastic bundle rope that causes this indentation, and then on top of that you have this 1/4 inch tear right here. So because of those two flaws, it would be in the light to moderate wear. Okay, and then if you look at the spine, let me see, the spine has there's one right there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the spine is in the light to moderate wear. Okay, and this book here is a good example of moderate wear at the spine. Let me show you. This one is hard to see. If you look at the spine, look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's literally 12 dings on the spine. This is definitely in the camp of moderate wear at the spine. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this book. Here we have, as you can see, I'm not even going to count the thing, but as you can see, there's a fair amount of wear there. It would be a little chip missing, a lot of color loss on the spine, but this would fall into the category of moderate wear. Okay, and then if you look at the top edge, not bad. That would be something in the light to very light range. Okay, so it's not bad at all, but that would be a good example of very light to light range of wears on the top edge. And then as far as the spine, we're talking moderate. Okay, here we're looking at moderate to heavy. Okay, if you look at this edge here, it's a lot of wear. There's a little chip missing. Seem like every inch of the edge has some kind of wear to it. This would be considered moderate to heavy. Okay, what is considered heavy? Okay, on the bottom edge, this would also fall into the category of moderate to heavy, and here is where the heavy is. Okay, heavy is where you see tears along with a lot of creases. Look at this one. This book has, the spine is not in good shape at all. It's a well-read book, but that is what I call heavy wear. And if you look at the top edge, okay, this also have another 1/2 inch bigger tear there. That would fall into the category of heavy wear. Okay, so heavy, moderate to heavy, and moderate to heavy. Okay, I'm sure you have seen books in much worse condition, and that's the same thing that can be applied with the cover. When you look at a book and you hold up to the light and it's just like tons of little dent, flaw, thumbprint, and there's no gloss left, then I would consider that heavy wear on the covers, okay? And then books that have just a few minor imperfection, then it could be considered light wear on the cover. So using the same kind of visual scale I provided, hopefully you can formulate in your mind what is considered very light to light to light to moderate, and then all the way up to heavy. So be able to visualize and formulate those flaws in your mind. It will make a big difference in grading books below the 9.2 level, because once you enter in the 9.0 and lower, you will find that counting flaws is no longer a big part of grading. It's about looking at the overall wear of the book. Okay, I hope that helped. That makes sense. And thanks for watching. Until next time.